Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really embarking on quite a journey. We're looking at some profound spiritual insights from Sheikh Nurjan Miramati.
That's right.
Our goal here, our mission, is to explore how we can, really shatter that ego, build a pure heart, and genuinely get rid of negativity. So it's some really powerful material here, offers quite a unique path for anyone who's seeking deeper, transformation.
Yeah, and what's fascinating is how practical this wisdom is. It's really about changing from within, a kind of roadmap for spiritual growth and building resilience, too.
Okay, so let's dive right in then. This core idea, shattering the ego. Sheikh Nurjan Miramati uses this really vivid analogy.
The beautiful vase.
Exactly, the beautiful vase. We see ourselves polished up with, what we think is good character, our accomplishments.
Right, our shiny exterior.
But what happens when that vase gets, cracked?
Well, yeah, in these teachings, it's often Allah Almighty who gently initiates that cracking.
Gently.
Well, it might not always feel gentle, but the purpose isn't destroying you. It's about dismantling the false self. That I-ness we build up based on what others think or what our own ego tells us.
So it's about getting to the real self.
Precisely. The true self is the soul inside, not the outer shell, not the status we project.
That's a really compelling way to look at it. It makes me wonder, though, what about when people speak badly of us or, cause difficulties? That natural reaction is usually anger or maybe sadness.
Yeah, that's a test, isn't it?
So how do these teachings help us navigate that inner storm?
Okay, this is where it gets really, really profound. Sheikh Nurjan Miramati explains that when others speak negatively about you, there's a belief that Allah Almighty is actually transferring sins from you to them.
Wow, really?
Yeah, offering a kind of spiritual relief. And this process, ironically perhaps, helps crack that ego vase even more.
Huh. So the criticism isn't just bad.
It can be a catalyst, using another powerful analogy here, the train that keeps moving.
I like that.
It emphasizes humility. Don't let external negativity block your journey, derail your train. Worrying about what others say, it's ultimately a distraction from your own path. Keep moving.
Stay focused on your own track. Okay. So if criticism can be seen that way, as refining the soul, what about cultivating genuine empathy? I know some people on a spiritual path struggle with this. They feel like, I don't really have anything to cry about in my own life. It's hard to find that deep emotional connection sometimes.
That's a very real feeling for some. And the teaching here is quite interesting. If you can't find that sadness or connection easily in your personal life, look to the world.
Look outward.
Yeah. Witness the suffering of others, starvation, conflict, even just hearing stories of extreme hardship. It can be a powerful way to open up compassion.
So connecting to global suffering can soften your own heart.
Exactly. He suggests that exposure, combined with offering praises upon Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, can really soften a hardened heart. It leads to greater empathy for yourself first, then your family, and ultimately all of creation.
That makes sense. It connects personal growth to something much bigger.
And Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, himself said something profound. If you knew what I knew, you would cry more than you laugh. It's about expanding that sphere of feeling.
That's beautiful. Okay, so shifting to practical tools. How do we actively protect ourselves from negativity and stay grounded, especially when we're tested, perhaps by those closest to us? Family often knows exactly how to push those big buttons.
Oh, they certainly do. This teaching really stresses constant spiritual conditioning. Think of it like a firefighter always preparing for an emergency.
Okay, so what does that involve?
It involves practices like meditation, sometimes even with specific tongue positioning to help seal energetic channels, deepen focus, performing ritual ablution, using prayer beads as tools to build inner strength.
Right, preparation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you know you're going into a situation with relatives who push those buttons, the advice is arrive prepared. Seek spiritual support beforehand. Seal yourself using these practices, and then aim for silence and good character, not reaction.
Avoid the engagement trap.
Right. The focus isn't fighting the external negative energy. It's about building your own solid positive energy and connection first. That's your shield.
Building on that idea then of embodying good character, how do we share our insights or just be a good friend to people who maybe don't share our exact beliefs without sounding preachy or judgmental?
Yeah, that's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
The spiritual path, as taught here, is spread through subtle wisdom and, really, your character, not by hitting people over the head with doctrine.
So actions speak louder.
In a way, yes. The emphasis is on treating everyone with goodness, regardless of their belief. Instead of direct religious talk, maybe try a softer approach. Share insights about energy, grounding, purification, like the idea of washing off negative energy.
Things people might relate to universally.
Exactly. That can naturally lead people toward practices that are actually similar to things like prostration or ritual ablution, but at their own pace, in their own way. It's about meeting people where they are.
Like the teaching you mentioned.
Yes. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, taught. Teach everyone at their level. Lower your wings to reach to everybody. Meet them where they stand.
We've talked a lot about the soul, the inner state. What about the physical body? Is that part of this too? And are there specific spiritual etiquettes around things like wearing holy items?
Absolutely. The body is considered a sacred gift. It's a trust from Allah Almighty. It's the vehicle for our worship, our spiritual work. So maintaining good health is actually essential.
Part of the practice itself.
Right. And when it comes to sacred items, things like rings, canes, turbans, prayer beads, cloaks, items considered holy, the teaching is specific. They shouldn't be taken into the washroom.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
It's seen as a place of negativity,
Yeah.
spiritually speaking. However, things worn under clothing for protection, like an amulet or a simple hat, a kufi, worn under a turban, those can often remain for protection. The idea is to protect the purity of these spiritual items.
And other things, like food.
He also emphasizes not taking food into those spaces. The washroom isn't seen as a place for leisure. It's a place to do what's necessary and leave, avoiding prolonged stays. Maintain that respect for purity. So connecting this all back, all these teachings from Sheikh Nurjan Muhammadi, they're really about constantly building our spiritual light, our connection, recognizing that negativity and ego are always kind of there, but our inner strength, our humility, that's what protects us.
So reflecting on all this, what does it mean for you listening right now? Perhaps it's a moment to think about what part of your own vase you might be ready to let Allah Almighty gently crack. Or maybe how you can prepare yourself with some of these spiritual tools before you face your next test. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.